Yesterday, House Democrats blocked the call for an investigation into military policies dealing with gender identity. Republican members of Congress pushed for a resolution of inquiry into orders in order to formally request from the Pentagon all records dealing with its gender-related policies. But Democrats on the House Armed Services Committee blocked that from happening. Why? Is it because they don't want to see, or they don't want the public to see the misplaced priorities of the Biden administration? Well, joining me now to discuss this is one of the Republicans spearheading the effort, Congressman Andrew Clyde. He serves on the House Committee on Homeland Security and the House Committee on Oversight and Reform. He represents Georgia's 9th Congressional District. Congressman Clyde, welcome to Washington Watch.
Well, thank you. Appreciate the opportunity to come and speak with you.
So let's just start with what were you hoping to learn from this inquiry and simply asking to be able to see what's going on? What were you hoping to find out?
Well, this resolution of inquiry was intended to find out from the military the exact origin of their, the wokeness that's really creeping into our military and has been creeping in for a number of years. It's damaging our readiness. It's damaging our retention. Our ability, our fighting ability has been decreased. It's just really been difficult for our military because of the focus on, pronouns.
Right.
They should be focusing on fighting. They should be focusing on training. They should be focusing on making sure that we are the most lethal fighting force in the world, not on what we call each other, they, them, him, her, whatever,
You made reference to the recruitment. I mean, the military,
Yes.
all branches, having difficulty meeting their recruitment goals. We see morale being low. Of course, we're booting out healthy people because they won't get what we now know, ineffective vaccine. So what do you think the motivation is for the Democrats in simply blocking this request to get information? Is it simply politics to them, or is it what we see from this administration being fixated on this issue of this sexual ideology?
Well, I think that the left really wants to use the military as a way to spread their ultra left-wing ideology, and they don't want us to see the origins of it. Secretary Austin and President Biden have bowed down, in my opinion, to the left progressive agenda, and it's really hurting our military. And I want to find out the truth here. I want to find out where it came from, and I want to find out how we can stop that. If we can find out where it came from, we can defund it. We can pinpoint it, and then maybe we can eliminate some of the positions through the Holman Rule and appropriations that focuses on this gender ideology, that focuses on diversity, equity, and inclusion. That needs to be eliminated from our military.
Congressman, that's a really good point that people need to understand that with the 118th Congress, with Republicans having control in the House, not the Senate, but the House, do not have the White House, but Congress funds the government. And many of the policies are attached to spending. And so you have the power of the purse. So you might not be able to pass laws, but you certainly can defund those things which run counter to, in this case, I would argue, national security.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right, Tom. It does run counter to national security. And when the military focuses on these sort of things and doesn't focus on readiness and doesn't focus on esprit de corps, the traditions of our military, then our nation suffers from it. We have issues then with the projection of power overseas. As a combat veteran, someone who's served in the Navy for 28 years and who's got 3 combat tours overseas in Iraq and Kuwait, I can tell you that the strong horse is respected. The weak horse is shamed, and the weak horse is attacked. And right now, President Biden and Lloyd Austin, our defense secretary, they're not respected overseas in foreign lands.
If we were teaching military history to those in the military and not pronoun usage, they might understand that strength is the path to peace. But that's not what we're learning or what our men and women in the military are learning today.
No, I think Ronald Reagan said it best. We will achieve peace through strength, and that should be our focus. Unfortunately, it's not our focus, and so this resolution of inquiry is intent its intent is to find the source of this and see how infected our military actually is. And then that gives us the opportunity to go after it and to eliminate it, as I said, through appropriations processes.
Well, Congressman Clyde, I certainly hope that happens in the 118th Congress, as the Republicans will have control of those committees. Thanks so much for joining us today. Merry Christmas, and I appreciate you coming on.
Well, thank you. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you too and your family.